Jonesy
and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
You may have seen this on the news last night. The Beatles may be releasing one more song. You wonder, how can this be? Well, George has passed away.
Yep.
John Lennon's been dead for 40 years. That's extraordinary, isn't it? Ringo and Paul remain.
Yep.
I think... I'll tell you the story
Ringo's
about
dead, he
this.
just doesn't know it. No one's told him.
Ringo's looking good, actually.
Ringo looks really good.
Yeah.
You've seen him on the drums.
He looks pretty good.
I saw him, he came out here a few years ago with his all-star band. It was amazing.
Yeah. And having watched that series, the Peter Jackson series, I now get very emotional about the Beatles in a way I never did before. And actually, Ringo was a very lovely presence in that band. He was almost like the peacemaker. He sat back, let the creatives have their arguments or do whatever they needed to do. Yeah. And he was just there for everyone. The guy who just got along with everybody.
Leo Sayer tells a great story. He's on a private jet with Ringo Starr. They're going to something. And Ringo just looks over and he's drinking a big scotch at Leo and just says, "How good's this?"
See, he could still
How
take
good's
pleasure in life.
You know, that's just
I've
great.
become a fan of Ringo.
I like Ringo.
Well, anyway, what's happening here, though, is it's a John Lennon song that was written after the band broke up. Mm-hmm. And you think, well, how can that be a new single? I'll tell you why. They're using AI. They're using artificial intelligence. Here's what Paul McCartney said yesterday.
We were able to take John's voice and get it pure through this AI so that then we could mix the record as you would normally do.
So what happened is that this had been on a John Lennon demo tape. He'd been mucking around with songs. It was called a ropey old demo on a cassette pretty much.
Is that the name of the album?
It should have been. So what they've been able to do is extricate John's vocals from this demo and we haven't heard what the song's going to be called yet or any of that. That information hasn't been released. But they will reproduce that with Paul, presumably, and we'll have a new Beatles song.
Wow.
Amazing. So Paul received the demo from Yoko Ono, Lennon's widow. It was one of several songs on a cassette labelled For Paul that he made shortly before his death, which is, he wouldn't have thought, I'm about to die, I'm only 40 years old. But he had the cassette labelled For Paul, and Yoko handed it to Paul, and Paul has now done this. The world hasn't heard this, but I've been able to get an exclusive.
Really?
Here is a snippet.
The long and winding
Hang on. Did you hear a bit of Yoko in there?
You know, I thought I did. I thought there might have been a bit of Yoko influence.
Oh, we're imagining it. It sounds incredible.
I can't wait for the rest of the album.
More news as it comes to hand.